Welcome back to the Spatial Information Science lab work component. I am Shahab Fazal and I am from the Department of Geography at Aligarh Muslim University. In our previous sessions, we have learned about digitizing a map. We learned as to how we can represent point entity, line entity, and also area entity. In this session, we intend to learn working with the census data. Now you see, census data are one very important source of information which we incorporate into our spatial representation. Any map of any state or the whole of the country or even district or coming down to village level, all the demographic details are being drawn from census data. So that way, census data is one very important source of data. So I thought that we should discuss as to how we can bring the census data into our system and to represent it spatially. So this session is dedicated to how to use the census data and how to incorporate, how to bring the census data into our system. Now here I would like to highlight that we have discussed earlier that there are different kind of sources which we can bring into our spatial science system. Now these data are found in different formats also. So this is one format which we would be incorporating into our system. We have seen that image data can directly be incorporated into our system. We have scanned a map and then we digitized it very easily. But when you use census data, it is being available in different formats. So we would be using, I will be trying to explain you as to how we can incorporate these different format data into our system. So this session is attributed to how we can bring in the census data into our system. So as I am saying that statistical data are not in spatial format always. There might be some situation when they might be in spatial format, but at many instances they are not in spatial format. They would only be available in statistical form where the name of the location may be given, but by name identification we cannot bring it into directly into the spatial format. So that's an important issue. You recall the georeferencing part, I gave you this example. But it can be also these statistical data can be in tabular format, and QGIS and many other softwares have this advantage to link these database tables with the spatial data. So we should have a map or a georeferenced map of any specific area, and for the same specific area we would be using the statistical data which is in tabular format. So we can link these database tables with spatial data and we can make it compatible for spatial analysis. Now in spatial information science, it is very common to use census data for analysis, as I am saying again and again. In this session, we will join census data which is in spreadsheet format with attribute table of shapefile for analysis. So that is what we would be doing here. That is being represented in this table also. This is what the objective of today's this session's exercise. So you see what you have to do: converting the census data into compatible format, open the provided census data. So you have to download the census data. You may be provided also, but I would suggest you that you just download the census data of any area which is of your interest, and most importantly that area should be georeferenced. So you should have any map with its coordinates so that you can georeference them and then you can incorporate these data, these statistical data into that particular map. So in this particular case, which I am representing, it is the census data with population XLS data in spreadsheet software like MS Excel, which is the most common tabular form data which we can achieve. At the same time, open India shapefile. So we are dealing with the map of India. So here I would suggest you that you open the India shapefile. Now here you need to understand what is shapefile. It has to be digitized in the format of India, or you can also download the India map in shapefile with all the states in it. And then once attribute table of India.shape by right clicking on the layer, this way it will be representing. This way it will be opened. So first you would open the map and then click the right button of your mouse and open the attribute table, and this way the table would be visible to you. So to join the census data table with this shapefile, we need a common column or field. Now you remember when we were digitizing the maps, we were adding field. So that was one way of bringing the spatial data into your system. The another way is that you have prepared a map and you are bringing any other statistical information and you are linking these two. So here what we are suggesting, that when you have census data table with its shapefile, we would try to locate the common field with unique and same values in both the census data and attribute table of the shapefile. So what you would do, go through the column field headings, all the headings which is the column which is visible in the like here you see these are the columns. We need to identify one column which is common in both the statistical data as well as your shapefile. So that is what we are suggesting. So to join the census data table with this shapefile, we need to have a common field, common column with unique and the same value in both of these census data. This can be used as primary key to perform the join. In the case UID is chosen as the primary key. The example which I am taking as the unique identification details has been UID has been taken as the key for it. Then converting the census data into compatible format. If the UID does not exist in the spreadsheet, you have to create a column with UID and have to enter the same values in UID field as in shapefile. Now there might be some possibility that what census, any kind of tabular data which you are bringing into your system, they may not match exactly as the same. Then you have to make it, you should add one column into your tabular data, the same column which is existing in your shapefile also in the attribute information in the column itself, and then make the same column there, and then you would be able to join the column. So once the primary key is matched, primary key is important. So that this is the primary key. Primary key is matched for both tables. Save the Excel table in CSV format. The comma separated values, CSV comma format is again very common and you might be familiar with it. So that is what the process of converting the census data into compatible format. Then next would be to save in CSV format in MS Excel file. You go to file and save as other formats like here. You go to the how to save it as, and then you have to save as CSV format. This will be the option which will come in that particular Excel sheet in which you are saving. The save as window will pop up and give appropriate file name and select type as CSV comma delimited. This is very important. And click on the save and it will open up a new window asking for confirmation that is being displayed here. This way it will come and you have to select yes, and that way you would be incorporating it. And now our data is saved as CSV format, which is compatible with the format in QGIS. Now open the CSV table as vector layer in QGIS, and that is how you have brought the census data into QGIS, and just click on add vector layer in QGIS, select the format type as all file. Here you see you have to select all files. Then browse the census CSV, you have to browse it in whatever location you have saved it, and then you just click open, and when you will click open, it will be like this and it will appear like this. You would click this and then you would find the appropriate column and appropriate statistical information from census. It will be appearing. So that is how you can bring the census data into your system. It's a very easy and common way of bringing the census data which is in different format into your system in the QGIS software.